How's it going, everybody? My name is Release Radar, and in today's video we take a look at the performance of Doom: The Dark Ages here on the ASUS ROG Ally Z1 Extreme. Let's get into it. Alright, before we jump into the gameplay, I just want to go ahead and show you the video settings here. I'm going to jump from 1080p down to 720p just to see how much of a performance gain we can get. So the first part of the video is going to be in 1080p, and then I'll let it be known when I swap over to 720p. But here are the graphic settings that I'm on. FOV's at 90. You can see all the stuff right here. The upscaler is set to FSR on performance, and I have FSR frame generation on as well. So we're going to see how it runs with that on as well as with that off. Overall, I'm going to turn motion blur off, and overall settings defaulted to the lowest possible. So let's just go ahead and get booted into a little bit of Doom: The Dark Ages. I've played the first mission on my PC, but that's it. So I'm going to create a new save slot here. And because I'm recording a video, I'm not going to do the same. I'm playing it on Ultra Nightmare, but for this, or Ultra Violence, but for this, I just don't care enough. I'm going to skip through the cutscene here at the beginning. And this game also has a built-in performance metric, which I might also pull up, because that might be a little bit better data than what the ROG Ally can provide here. But I'm going to skip all this stuff here. Let's see. Okay. Let's skip the opening cutscene. And keep in mind, this is 1080p with FSR frame generation turned on. Whoa. What just happened? My screen just went black. Wait. Did I crash? Uh-oh. Whoa. Yeah, I have no idea what's happening. I'm gonna leave this in the video so you can see like my experience with this so far, but my game's completely blank. Yeah, this is not working. Okay, I will be back in a second. I'm going to try to drop the settings down to 720p for the display resolution, see if that fixes anything. I'll be right back. All right, so I've bumped the resolution down to 720p. So we are going to give this another shot, because so far hasn't looked great, but this seems to just in the menu be running a lot better. So we're going to select this mission and see if we can actually get in and kill things, because last time it just didn't let us. The Doomslayer landed and then it broke. So, or Doom guy, Doomslayer, whatever his name is. What's his name? Like, he's the Doom guy, but does he have like a canonical name in game? Okay. Okay, it's actually, oh, are we going to encounter the same problem again? I'm thinking this might be FSR frame generation breaking, but I'm not 100% sure, because this might be another crash. So I'm going to be back again. Keep in mind, we are at 720p now. But yeah, my entire ROG Ally is freaking out. So let's go and turn FSR off, I guess. Okay, hold on. Yeah, so I did that to show you guys. Oh, whoa. Why did it bump up to 1080p? Hold on. You're supposed to be... Dude, what is happening? Okay. Back to the game. Maybe I had to change the resolution of the game itself too. But we're at another black screen. So I'm going to tinker with some more stuff, and I'll let you guys know if I can actually get in and play the game, because if not, this is going to be a pretty short video, but I'm still going to upload it so you guys can know what the experience of this game is like on the ROG Ally. So let me tinker with some more settings and see if I can even get this to run at all, because I was not expecting this. All right, so the problem the second time was the game did not default to 720p even though I set the resolution. So, okay, this is the furthest we've made it so far. Oh, come on, dude. Is this just not going to work? This is 720p. I turned off frame generation because I thought that might have been creating problems. But still, it's breaking. It's just not working. I'm going to try this in handheld mode without the capture card and see if that works. Because maybe this is some weird thing using a capture card. So I'm going to try that really quickly, and I will update you guys if that changes anything. But as of right now, there's no reason as to why this game should be acting like this. So I played a bunch of Assassin's Creed Shadows on this exact ROG Ally 2 weeks ago, and it was fine. So I don't really know what's happening, but I'm going to try one more thing, and that is just to do this in handheld mode. So I decided to test handheld mode while lying in bed, just chilling with my dog, and I have once again run into, this is hard to do with two hands. Yeah, same issue, even in handheld mode. I'm using the charger that came with the ROG Ally. I'm in, well, I can't even open the menu, but I'm in 30 watt turbo mode. This is the cable that came with the ROG Ally in the box. And even in handheld mode, without a dock, I'm encountering the same exact problem. So as of right now, I'm going to mark Doom the Dark Ages as just unplayable on the ROG Ally Z1 Extreme. I don't know if this is an issue specifically with my unit. I don't know if this is happening with the ROG Ally X or the normal Z1, but I'm gonna hop back on my setup and we're gonna just talk about this really quick before ending the video. But as of right now, this does not work. So after about 10 minutes of tinkering, it looks like Doom the Dark Ages just does not work on the ROG Ally, which just makes no sense to me. id Tech is usually really good at optimization, and it just seems like the PC port in general for Dark Ages is just bad. Even on my big boy PC with a RTX 4090 and Ryzen 9 7900X, games installed on a 2 terabyte M.2 SSD, 32 gigs of RAM, it can barely crack 80 FPS on high settings, not even ultra or ultra nightmare high settings, without an upscaler and a frame generation tool on, like DLSS and DLAA. It makes no sense that an id Tech game is running this bad, because Eternal ran buttery smooth on everything. 2016 ran buttery smooth on everything, but for some reason, Doom the Dark Ages has a horrible PC port. And if I recall, they've had more time between Eternal and Dark Ages than they did between 2016 and Eternal. So there's kind of no excuse for more time for this game to be cooking and for it to come out worse quality than the previous installment. And so even though I'm enjoying the game and I am just biting the bullet and playing with frame generation on, it's just sad to see that this port is just not good. So Doom the Dark Ages does not run on the ROG Ally. Now, I don't own the game on Steam, so I'm not able to test it on the Steam Deck because I don't want to drop $60, $70, or $100 for the early access version of this game. And I'm honestly really glad I didn't, because it doesn't seem like it works very well. So I'm disappointed in the quality of this port. I really thought that a Doom game on the ROG Ally would run not fantastically well, but I thought I would at least be able to get like 720p, 45 to 60 FPS, and that didn't even happen. So TLDR, Doom the Dark Ages runs like shit on the ROG Ally. Well, it doesn't run on the ROG Ally, and even on a high-end PC, it arguably, comparative to the specs that I have and performance in other games, it runs like shit. So this is just not a good port, and I'm very, very, very disappointed in id and Bethesda and Microsoft. It sucks because this is a good game that's going to be held back by its PC performance, and this is the second Microsoft game to come out this year, which is a good game to be held back by its performance. The Oblivion remake stutters all the time for me on the same build with a 4090. Makes no sense to me, but there's so many good games coming out this year, but a lot of them, or at least these two, the Oblivion remake and Dark Ages, just don't seem to run well. So if you plan on picking this up to play on the ROG Ally, don't. Maybe test it for yourself if you have Game Pass, because you have the luxury to easily do that with an Ally compared to a Steam Deck where you have to like dual boot into Windows to get that to work. I personally don't do that. So if you're playing this on the ROG Ally and it's working, let me know what you did. This is a Z1 Extreme that I have right here. So I do not have an ROG Ally X. This is the ROG Ally Z1 Extreme. So if you have the Z1 or the X and it's working, let me know. If you're playing this on Steam Deck and it's working, let me know. And also, if you have an MSI Claw or a Lenovo Legion Go and this is working fine for you, let me know down below. I'm curious to see what performance on other handhelds is like for this game, because for me, it just did not work. But that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm still going to put this out even though there's not really any performance to show. But yeah, stay tuned for more videos here on the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode of whatever I make. Peace.